breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Or so we've been told. But have you ever stopped to wonder how it got that title? Spoiler alert, it's not because of some ancient wisdom or nutritional science. It's marketing. And oh, what a journey it's been. You've probably heard the grim predictions by now. By 2030, the average American will be even more unhealthy, and deaths from diabetes and related conditions are expected to skyrocket. But why is that? Where did the big country fail so badly? The answer lies in what we created, and more importantly, how we sold it. To start this train wreck of a problem, let's break down the numbers. A classic American breakfast of pancakes, sausage, and eggs? Over 1,200 calories. Just a single serving of syrupy pancakes is 520 calories. Add a sugary coffee or orange juice, and you're creeping up on half your daily caloric intake before you've even left the house. And cereals? Frosted Flakes and Fruit Loops each pack over 12 grams of sugar per serving. And who sticks to just one serving? By the time you add milk, your wholesome breakfast might as well be dessert. Compare that to countries like Greece, where breakfast might include yogurt and fresh fruit, or Japan, where it's often a light meal of rice, fish, and vegetables. These meals focus on balance, offering steady energy without the mid-morning crash. But let's go to the past a little. In early America, breakfast was simple. Bread, porridge, maybe last night's leftovers. It was meant to fuel the day, not to define it. But in the early 20th century, everything changed. Take Edward Bernays, the father of public relations. In the 1920s, he worked with the Beechnut Packing Company to make bacon and eggs the centerpiece of the American breakfast. He conducted surveys with doctors, asking if a hearty breakfast was healthier than a light one. When most said yes, Bernays used those endorsements to sell bacon as a doctor-recommended health food. "We had to make bacon a habitual part of the American diet," he said. And just like that, Americans were hooked. Around the same time, cereal was finding its place on the breakfast table. John Harvey Kellogg, a doctor and nutritionist, invented cornflakes as a bland, health-focused food. But cereal companies quickly realized sugar was more appealing. By the mid-20th century, brands like Kellogg's and Post were pushing sugary cereals with colorful boxes, slogans, and most importantly, mascots. These mascots weren't just cute. Research shows they were designed to forge emotional connections with kids. Studies by Yale University reveal that children are more likely to trust and desire products featuring friendly, smiling characters. When placed at a child's eye level on shelves, these mascots amplify that effect, creating loyalty before kids even understand what loyalty is. That's why Tony the Tiger isn't just his marketing genius. By the 1980s, the floodgates were open. Cereals like Lucky Charms and Cookie Crisp blurred the lines between breakfast and sweets. Ads called them part of a balanced breakfast, but let's be honest, these were sugary treats dressed up as health food. Fast forward to today, breakfast habits have only gotten more messy. The USDA's guidelines historically emphasized grains, protein, and dairy as the cornerstones of a balanced breakfast. While that sounds reasonable, many Americans either ignore these recommendations or misinterpret them. So, what are people eating instead? Studies show that many skip breakfast altogether, while others grab quick, processed options like breakfast sandwiches, donuts, or sugary pastries. Even school breakfasts often include items like muffins, syrup-soaked waffles, and sugary cereals. These are calorie-heavy but nutrient-poor, leaving people hungry again within hours. And let's not forget the rise of ultra-processed foods. These products are packed with additives and preservatives to make them cheap and long-lasting, but they come at a cost to our health. While processed foods like bread or pasta can be part of a healthy diet, ultra-processed options are designed to override your body's hunger signals. They're convenient, yes, but dangerously so. But calories and sugar are not the only part of the problem. The real issue? Convenience culture. Fast food chains like McDonald's changed the game in the 1970s with portable breakfasts like the Egg McMuffin. Now, breakfast is a grab-and-go affair, dominated by prepackaged sandwiches, frozen burritos, and gas station donuts. It's quick, cheap, and everywhere, but it's also a trap. Psychologists say that convenience makes us impulsive. When we're stressed or in a hurry, we're more likely to grab whatever's easiest, even if it's unhealthy. Ultra-processed convenience foods are engineered to exploit this, combining salt, sugar, and fat in ways that light up the brain's reward system. This doesn't just apply to breakfast. It affects how we live our lives. The problem is, convenience often leads to dependence. We rely on fast fixes for meals, schedules, and even relaxation, leaving us burned out and disconnected. Convenience might feel freeing in the moment, but in the long term, it takes a toll on our health and well-being. So, what's the solution? It's not about banning pancakes or cereal forever. It's about finding balance. A balanced breakfast focuses on whole, nourishing foods that keep you energized. Think oatmeal with fresh fruit, eggs with whole grain toast, or yogurt with nuts and berries. These meals don't have to be time-consuming or bland. They just need to be thoughtful. And here's the good news: change doesn't have to be overwhelming. Small, consistent shifts can make a big difference over time. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Remember, the key is to be mindful, choosing quality over convenience whenever possible. American breakfast might feel like a disaster now, but it's not set in stone. With a little awareness and effort, we can reclaim it, not just as a meal, but as a way to start the day on a positive note.